In terms of whether a prosthesis is the best way forward for you, that's a very personal decision. For me, I definitely wanted to be able to use a prosthesis, but there are definitely times when I can't use it for any number of reasons. And then I make use of my wheelchair or sometimes my crutches, although often that's frowned upon by the physios. It really is down to you what you do in your own home. I think not having a prosthesis is actually liberating for some people. Some people just struggle so much with it, they decide that their life is better with a wheelchair or with crutches or something else. So just be open-minded. If you want a prosthesis, you can probably make that work for you over time, working with your prosthetist. But don't worry if you want to use some other mode of transport as well. Don't be ashamed to have whatever form of help you need around the house. Don't feel like that makes you more disabled. Whatever you can do to make your life easier actually enables you more. Just do what works for you. It doesn't matter what other people do. Just do what you need to do, and over time you'll work out what you need and what you don't need in your home to make life easier. I think I had this idea that because I was quite fit and because I was quite sporty and active, that I'd be able to walk really well, quite fast with my above-knee prosthesis. The reality was quite different. I had a lot of pain for a long time. I think this is partly due to my socket not fitting great and me not knowing enough about how it should feel to be able to communicate well with the prosthetist so that she knew how to fix it. I remember being asked early on something like, is your socket comfortable? And I remember saying, what's comfortable? Because it really wasn't, but I didn't know how much it was meant to be comfortable or how much it's meant to hurt. I now know it's not meant to hurt generally. There might be certain levels of discomfort, especially as you wear it for longer, and it's never going to be as comfortable as a normal leg. But yeah, you're aiming for something that is relatively comfortable. The best advice I was given early on by a fellow amputee was not to blame your prosthetist and get cross about what wasn't working, but to work with them and to just try and improve it bit by bit, to come back and tell them what you're experiencing and ask how they can help you. The more specific you can be about what the problem is, the better. So you can, if you can show them exactly where it's hurting, if you can tell them what it feels like, tell them if you feel like there's too much space, if you feel like you're rocking around in it, if it's digging in, show them exactly where it's digging in. If it digs in when you do a certain movement, tell them that. Be really specific. The other thing is, don't be afraid to ask for help. So if you've got an issue with your socket, call up your prosthetist, ask for an appointment or ask to talk to them. If you've got a problem with your walking and you just can't work out how to get to the next stage, call up and ask to see your physio.
In terms of mobility, I think, in terms of different settings or what I use, really bad days I'll use a wheelchair. And then I use my crutches around the house. So when I get quite tired or my leg's quite painful, in the mornings it's really sensitive. So I'll use my crutches around the house with no limb in the morning and mostly the evenings. And then in the day, I'm quite lucky enough that I work from home, so I don't wear my leg really at my desk or working. So it's what works for you, but yeah, there's certainly different mobility options, and some people don't actually understand that because, I use the crutches every day, and I've got a pair of crutches downstairs and a pair of crutches upstairs, and that's just, something that I need to help me through.
I carried on with the physio. I carried on walking as much as possible with it until I could trial a microprocessor knee, which I have now, which has completely life changed. It's brilliant. I can walk as much as 10k with it. It's not, it gets uncomfortable, but I know I can take it off and put it at the side, and I can use my crutches, or I can not use my crutches and I can use my wheelchair. So, having that choice there to be able to walk, crutch, or use my wheelchair is brilliant for me, really.